A bit of a request to you all out there. If anyone has any strikers that they'd like to loan to Curzon Ashton right now, I will happily take them, because the ones that I have suck. Hello and welcome back to episode 24 of Unemployed to Legend here at Curzon Ashton. My name is Craig, and coming up in today's episode we have a top of the table clash at home against Bristol Rovers and also at home against Stevenage. Now this match takes on some extra significance for us, not just because it's the final 9 games of the season that we're into, but also because of recent form that we found ourselves in. Since the last episode, we won 3 games in a row against teams down near the bottom of the league, or in the case of Barrow, at the bottom of the league, making 5-3 a little bit alarming for the 3 goals that we conceded. But since then, we got slapped up by poor Lincoln. Poor Lincoln? We were poor. Lincoln just slapped us up big time. And then a last minute 2-2 draw against MK, last minute being they scored the equaliser in the 91st minute. All of this means that going into the Bristol Rovers game, we are sitting second in the league. Still very good, still above expectations of what the board are expecting, which was to avoid relegation. But when you've been in a promotion, well, near the top of the league and in a promotion battle for pretty much the whole season now, you kind of want to stay there. You want to stay in the top 3 in League 2, which is what we're aiming to do. And the Bristol Rovers game could go a long way to seeing if we're going to be doing that, or if Bristol Rovers are going to be running away with the league title. So it comes down to, can we get our strikers scoring? I mean, I've had a look at the schedule, and of the last 12 goals that we've scored since the last episode, 2 of them have been scored by our strikers. And that was Slavy Spazov, who has not scored since... oh gosh, when was his last goal? Don't tell me it's going all the way back. Don't tell me it's going all the way back to November. That is terrible. If that was his last goal, all the way back in November. Why did we even bring him in on loan? I mean, he scored in the last game, so hopefully that will spark a run of him actually scoring goals. For Omoteng, he last scored, I believe, in the 5-3 win. Yeah, a penalty in the 5-3 win against Barrow. He's just completely fallen out the side because he's had so many chances in the last 2 or 3 games. It's done absolutely nothing for him. He's just missed every single one. I think we've kind of tapped into his full potential. McKay is not going to be starting, don't worry. Why have I not done my 11, by the way? Okay, that's the starting 11 and the bench actually sorted. So this is the 11 we're going to send out against Bristol Rovers, who did beat us away from home. So I have no idea how this game is actually going to go. Is the familiarity? Oh, right. It's just a position that is only accomplished. Vucevic in goal, Daly, Horton, Godsmart Ford and Latty Fairweather are at the back. Michael Collins is actually out injured. Oh, he's back in a week. Oh, perfect. So hopefully he'll be back for the Stevenage game, possibly. Adabi and Smith in midfield. In fact, we'll put Smith on a support duty. Butler Oyedeji on the left wing, Wilson on the right wing, Stevenson in attacking midfield, Spazov is the lone striker. Iqbal got injured in the last game, so he's out for up to another 8 weeks. So he'll probably be back for maybe the last couple of games of the season, which is a bit of a downer because we need him. He's been doing very, very well on the left wing recently. Durant would play on the left wing in place of Butler Oyedeji, but he's apparently just come back from a knock in the last game, which is a bit of a worry. Butler Oyedeji and Daly cannot play well together. I'm not worried. I hope they just get along fine. Maybe they just need time to play together. Right, what are we going for here? We owe Bristol Rovers. Yes, we do. We owe them big time. Let's pump the fists. Let's just motivate everybody, including the midfield. And away we go. Before I sort out all these stats again, I just wish the game would patch this so it just stays consistent. We haven't played massively well. The sad part is, even despite all the recent form, we have played well. We've created a lot of chances, but it's just the lack of composure from these strikers. It's almost like they've been found out as not League 2 strikers, which they are not. All of them are National League, which is why I've decided Omoteng's probably going to go in the summer. Jack McKay's already transfer listed, and Spazov, we're not going to bring him back on loan unless he goes on a goal scoring run like in these last few games of the season. As we've got our first highlight, and it's Spazov taking the corner, and Oh, hello. Is that a penalty? It is. I was wondering what happened there. Just sort of glitched for a moment. Someone got pushed, apparently. Spazov is stepping up, takes the penalty, scores his second goal in as many games. Only his 8th goal of the season. You can see the problem. Moteng has 14. Okay, not bad, but that's our top scorer in the entire squad. 14. Not quite the 20 odds that we've been used to in the last couple of seasons. Spazov, only his 8th goal of the season, but I'm just hoping that we're beginning to see him actually go on a little bit of a scoring run, because that is what I want to see. Right, it's now the second half, and we get a highlight straight from the off. I mean, a lot of the Bristol Rovers players are tired, so I'm just hoping our slight rotation helps. We did rotate massively for the MK game, which resulted obviously in that draw, and that's done absolutely nothing for us. Vucevic has been a bit suspect in goal in recent games. Did I break him? Because I'd made him a sweeper keeper for a game. In fact, it was the Lincoln game, which, as you saw, did not work because we got slapped about 3-0. I was legitimately angry after that result. Okay, please don't glitch game, thank you. I want to encourage my players. I was legitimately upset after that game because we had won 3 on the bounce, and I thought we could actually give a good account of ourselves against Lincoln, and that was the game that I lost patience with Moteng. He had about 6-7 chances, very good chances as well, not half chances, and for some reason he just couldn't put a single one in the back of the net. Oh, well caught there by Vucevic. Now, I've asked him to roll it out. Oh, well done, he actually threw it out. Well done, that's a rare case of a goalkeeper following my instructions. Very pleasing to see. Did they fix that on a update, or the last update? That was a long ball, hopeful ball forward. Oh, mistake! Oh, this... How did he miss? How did Spazov miss that? Oh, that was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Dugmore's going to come on. I can't get over that. That was horrid. What did I actually just witness? Javant is going to come on the left-hand side. Now I can take Butler Deji off. Him and Daly can't really play that well together. Oh, that was the golden chance. Oh, just why? That was the golden opportunity. Now Bristol Rovers, they do have a free kick just outside the area. Save. Oh no, it wasn't saved. It went out for a goal kick. I mean, I know we're at home. I will happily take a draw at this point. Although there is time for one more highlight. And Dugmore did win the ball and just headed it straight into the feet. Oh, he just won it back there. Slotted through. Oh, he's through. Little is through. Oh my god, he scooped it. He just scooped it, and that was 2 glorious opportunities. Do you see what I mean about getting the chances, but we can't seem to stick them in the back of the net? An XG of 2.55. Yeah, if we keep creating those chances, it will go in, assuming we get some composure. We absolutely should have won that. Right now, we should be sitting on 76 points. And 1 point behind Bristol Rovers. That was gutting. Oh my goodness, what the heck. How many points are we in front of Salford and Forest Green? By 4 points at the moment. We've all played the same amount of games. And I think Stevenage is up next. Right, let's go and get a positive result against Stevenage. We need to put away some of these chances. We really, really do. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. My first job offer in FM22. I did do an interview just a few days before this offer for Wycombe Wanderers, and they've come back very, very quickly, which is kind of amazing considering that my contract actually does have a compensation, I think? Yeah, a compensation of about £65,000, which Wycombe apparently are eager to pay for my services. They are a club who currently sit in League One, and the big difference between them and Curzon Ashton, apart from the division, Wycombe are 2.5-star national reputation, club, whereas for Curzon Ashton they're a 1.5-star regional reputation. So the pull to get players to Wycombe Wanderers versus Curzon, even if Curzon go up to League One for next season, it'd be better to getting players in at Wycombe. They're more than likely to be joining me. Now, the Wycombe board did ask me if I was able to take over now or at the end of the season, and out of respect for Curzon, I would still like to get them promoted. I've said I'd like to take over at the end of the season, so you know what, let's get into these negotiations. I just think overall Wycombe is a step up, even if Curzon do get promoted, because they are a higher reputation club, and I think I will have more success in getting players to Wycombe than Curzon, as mentioned. So let's just go through the club reputation. In fact, there you go. Club info there, 2.5-star reputation. Adams Park, 10,264 capacity. Better training facilities. The youth facilities are damn near non-existent, but that is okay. We can improve that over time. Club info, club culture is sign players under the age of 23, absolutely fine. Develop players using the club's youth system. We have no youth system, or rather they have no youth system to speak of. Work within the wage budget, that's fine. Sign players to sell for a profit, that's fine. Max 1-year contracts for players over 33, yeah, I can get with that. As far as League One goes, current season not judging, I've asked to join at the end of the season. Just continue being an established League One team over the next 5 years, that is absolutely fine. They're already mid-table. In fact, we'll have a look at the moment in a moment where they are in the league table. Let's just see if we can squeeze some more money out of them. Oh, they said yes to 1.4k, so I hope that means we take over at the end of the season. So just to show you, Wycombe in League One, they're 14th. How many points have they got? 51 with 7 games left to go. So they're 14 clear with 7 games to go. They're not really going to get relegated. They're not going to get promoted either. They're just a bang average League One team, to be honest with you. Even the 0 goal difference says it all. And that really should mean, yep, we will take over at Wycombe Wanderers on the 2nd of June. This is going to be an exciting new adventure. I've been saying for a while, the next step I think is moving on to another club. And I think regardless, next season we will be in League One. The question is now, will Curzon Ashton be joining us there next season? Well, I join you at a much later date than I anticipated. The Stevenage game got postponed because of a waterlogged pitch at Tameside Stadium, again. So we are playing away against Cambridge United at the end of March now. So 5 games coming up in April. So this is going to be the 11 that we're going to send out. The only real changes are Coyle coming in at right back because, where is he? Lati Fairweather picked up a knock in training. He'll be back for the next game anyway. Iqbal is still out for up to another 5 weeks. And Little Collins is back from injury, but he can only play about 45 minutes worth of action. And Little and Sam Durant still recovering from knocks as well. So the only changes again, Coyle coming in for Lati Fairweather, and Durant's going on the left wing ahead of Butler Oyedeji. Still leading with Spazov up front, of course. So, as you can see, the squad, the star ratings of the squad itself, 2.5 to 3 stars. It's a well-rounded squad. No one's spectacular in the side, if you will. If you're just going to go on star ratings alone, I tend not to, or I try not to anymore. Right, let's pump some fists. 23rd and 4th. That hasn't really worked, has it? Go out there and impress me. That doesn't work. You know what? They're 23rd in the form table. We're 8th. Let's just go out there and take the game to them. We need the 3 points. Especially as we have a game in hand now, and we're only a point ahead of... Who is in 3rd? Is it Salford? I actually can't remember who's even right behind us, so we'll find out at some point anyway, probably at the end of the game. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I just wish an update would come along where this just stays the same. I don't have to change it every single game. I have tried lengthening this out to see if I can actually get the tablet into 6 blocks, or 6 little boxes, but I don't think my resolution is good enough for that. Regardless, we're going for the 3 points here against Cambridge, and just trying to keep that good form going. Forest Green have just gone above us in the league table. I think they're playing at the same time. Didn't actually look at who else is playing because I'm more concerned by us at the moment, but that was just a glitch and the ball just ends up with a Cambridge player. I wish our players would learn how to put in a tackle. I haven't got to get stuck in on, but it doesn't make a blind bit of difference anyway, because nobody actually just makes a tackle. I just think it comes down to the type of player that I actually have. A lot of tippy-tappy players. There is a couple of players with some strength, but not a massive amount. Spazov, I was hoping he'd get forward there, and Adabi just had the ball taken off his toes there, and a chance does go begging. I don't know why Spazov is not further ahead than he actually was. He comes so deep, but he doesn't stay forward, and they do have the ball going forwards, and that's a good save by Vucevic. It is a corner to Cambridge. It's just so frustrating. I think what I need to do when I bring in players at Wickham is focus on players at the back and in the middle of the park who actually have some good strength about them, because strength is very useful in Football Manager. If pace is key on the wings, strength is vital in the middle, because that is something that a lot of players cannot deal with, and we just lose the ball there again. Who was there who lost it? I think that was Horton? No, it wasn't. I can't even click on him. It was Durant. Who? Oh yes, he's on the left wing. He's supposed to be on the left wing. But we're just very sloppy in possession. We're just very nervous. Adabi wins the ball back there. There is Wilson, Stevenson. Into Wilson, drives it down the right hand side. Put the ball in the middle, man. There we go, that's what I want to see. Durant! And it's in. What a goal. Nice little header from Durant. You don't see too many of them from him. It's his 10th goal of the season. And yet again, the midfield come up with the goals. If it's not Wilson, it's usually Durant's. Butler Oyedeji is not usually involved directly with goals. He's involved in build-up play, which is why Durant and Wilson are probably so vital. Hagen, well, he barely gets on the pitch. He's on the bench today, but he's rarely involved in the goals unless he plays up front, and even then that's just very rare. He might score one or two here and there, but otherwise I don't know. Apparently he's just not good enough for this level, which is odd because he's come from League One Sheffield Sheffield Wednesday. Right, half time. Let's have a look. We're getting shots away. Yes, keep going. Yeah, keep going. Let's see if we can score a few more in this second half. Cambridge did play, obviously, the previous Saturday. We had effectively a day off. We played a friendly in the meantime, a few days before what was supposed to be the Stevenage game, but obviously that was a few days before. Well cut there by Coyle, but yet again we're just very wasteful. Maybe I should have them play with a slightly shorter passing, but then would that actually work? We may as well, because our possession has been very wasteful. We do work on it in training, by the way, and that is wide, thankfully, from the Cambridge players. We do train possession in training, but apparently it doesn't make that much of a difference. I wonder if it's because our training facility is just poor. Maybe I should have sent more of my coaches to do qualifications. It's something I have been ignoring for the longest time, mainly because I was trying to get the finances of the club up so we can leave them in a good position, and that's exactly what we will be doing. We'll be leaving them financially better off than when we started. Oh, that familiarity. Yeah, the passing style is only competent now because I've changed it. Right. We'll bring Michael Collins. He's come back from injury. We'll bring him on a little later. Armani Little, I'm thinking we bring him on in place of Adabi, who's tiring. I've just lost all faith in Emoteng. Oyedeji, who's played well Durant and Wilson have actually played well, so you know what, we'll leave them on for the moment. Although, who can we bring Stevenson off for? Apparently we can bring off for Durant. You know what? Let's try Durant in the attacking midfield. I mean, why not? I mean, Stevenson, normally I would swap him with Iqbal, but unfortunately I can't. He's out injured. And oh my gosh, Cambridge hitting the post. Right, what I think we need to do, I would say drop the line. We are playing a high line, but it's not an ultra high line. What we are going to do is just drop the line of engagement a little bit. See if we can just compact it in the midfield a tiny little bit. Oh, well won by Court, and he just loses it back again. My goodness. We win the ball, we lose the ball. We win the ball, we lose the ball. Spazov into Wilson. Play it forwards. There we go. Into Little. Now put it into the middle, lads. Put it into the middle. There's Butler Oyedeji. Oh, good chance and a good save by their keeper. Butler Oyedeji almost about to prove me wrong about getting involved directly in goals. It is a corner. Spaz off to take. We've got Godsmark Ford up there. Stevenson's not up there anymore. And it has been cleared as far as Doug Moore just played back, and the highlight does end. Now, let's see. Can we get on Michael Collins? Yes, we can. In fact, what we're going to do... Luke Daly actually is okay for energy at the moment. So what we're going to do... You know what, Collins, you can go on. Horton's going to go back, out to the left back. Collins will come on at centre back. Let's just get him a little bit more game time, because I do want Collins to be involved in the running this at the back end of this season. There is Horton. He's a good crosser of the ball. Well, he is. We just need someone tall. By the way, I've got low crosses on. Why are you crossing high? Why? I've got low crosses on. Oh, Durant just gave the ball away there. It's almost like he just toe poked it just so the other player couldn't actually get to the ball first. There is Collins. First touches of the ball I've seen from him in about 2 months. Horton. That's not his fault. He's been injured, obviously. Oyedeji. Oh, for goodness sake. He couldn't pass it straight in because there was nobody there. Spazov, stay up front. Wilson. I need to have a look at his instructions in the next game. Is he actually... There is Spazov, and that is a goal from him, thank goodness. I need to see, but... Has it been ruled out? Oh, disallowed. I need to have a look at his instructions. Oh, wow, he is offside by a country mile. That is horrendous. We're going to lower the tempo, raise the time wasting a little bit. Just do a bit of game management. Try not to extend this video out too long, because obviously of the Wickham job offer. It is a 1-0 victory. We needed that, especially with that game in hand. Well done, lads. On to the next game. And for us, the next episode will be the end of the season. In fact, Bristol Rovers also have a game in hand over Forest Green, who are right behind us. So it is all to play for. We're 4 points behind Bristol Rovers, a point ahead of Forest Green. 7 ahead of Salford, but they have a game in hand. Actually, no, wait. Don't they play the same amount of games? No, they played the same amount of games as us. So we're good. We just need to keep winning. And speaking of keeping winning, like I said previously, 5 games in April, and then the final 2 games, of which we are going to come back for, Notts County or Harrogate, unless we can somehow secure a promotion beforehand. But otherwise, for the moment, we will be back to finish the season on Monday's episode in May, and it will be the final, hopefully, the final 2 games of our adventure here at Curzon Ashton, and hopefully we celebrate with a promotion to League One, where they can join us next season. That would be fun to see. If you have enjoyed today's episode, make sure you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button so you don't miss the thrilling end to this season here at Curzon Ashton before we start our new adventure at Wickham Wanderers. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Look after yourselves, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you in the next episode.